Hey guys, how it going? This is Yara Spark. We're back here in Elite Dangerous on another shipbuilding guide. Today I'm here in the Alliance Chieftain, probably the most popular Alliance ship in the game that a lot of people use, and for a pretty good reason. It's actually really good, it's maneuverable, fast, and packs a hell of a punch. But we'll go over it in this video. So currently with mine I'm going with a bit meta, or at least the meta I know of for it, and probably the current one for it. As you guys can tell, here's the two largest, the mediums on the bottom, and the 2 or 3 smalls are right here. Does make railing and shooting a little weird since it's so wide and so far apart from everything, but it's still pretty decent. But currently I have 2 large and 2 large, 1 medium, grade 5 efficient with dispersal, target lock breaker, and dazzle currently on this. Target lock breaker keeps them off of target lock. Basically they just lose connection to you or for a brief second. Dazzle makes it you lose half of your sensors, or I have it oversized actually, but I would recommend dazzle. Then dispersal basically gives the enemy ship a chaff effect, which basically means their gimbaled and turrets are no longer working. I got 3 long-range grade 5 railguns, with 1 having super pin and the other 2 having feedback cascade to cancel shield cell banks, because that is quite the meta right now. Well, it's not as meta as it used to be, but it's still pretty much a thing. For the utility mounts, we have 1 chaff launcher with ammo capacity 1, basically giving it a 15 shots or 16. We have a heavy duty 5 with force block. And then the other 2 are resistant augmented with force block to keep all them juicy stats lovely. Yeah. With the core internals, we have reactive composite armor, which gives it a good chunk of kinetic and explosives, and I will go over how we get the thermal back once we get to the optional internals. This has heavy duty deep plating 5 with deep plating, or heavy duty armor with deep plating also. Power plant is armored 5 with double brace. I would probably recommend thermal spread or strip down maybe. Double brace is only if your power plant is getting nailed a lot, probably, but that is just what I currently have on this. The thrusters are 30 drive tuning 5 with drag drives. The ship is decently fast, and it is freaking maneuverable, as you guys can tell here by the pitch, roll, and yaw rates. The FSD has shielded FSD 5 with mass manager, basically to give it a lovely jump range, and also to strengthen it so you don't get caught out. The life support, I would put miscellaneous lightweight 4 or 3 on there, same as sensors. I would probably go higher, to be honest, but yeah. The power distributor is charged hands 5 with superconductance, so keeping that power distributor nice, juicy, and also flowing. What sucks is that the power distributor is right behind the canopy, so literally you could target the power distributor and shoot the canopy pretty much instantaneously, so that kind of sucks. And you can also, and the ship also just comes with 16 tons of fuel. Now, as far as the optional internals, we have a 6C Bioweave with thermal resistance 5 with fast charge, basically to make up for the thermal resistance that we lose just having shields. Then fast charge basically to make it a 40 to 45 second recharge time, so pretty good. We're running an auto field maintenance kit here at the 1 slot and 2 module reinforcement packages because we do not have mustard on our power plant and we are slightly above power usage. So you can use the auto field maintenance kits to repair the MRPs and also any other module that happens to be broke. With having the reactive composite, we need a hull reinforcement package that has thermal resistance 5 with deep plating, so this 4 slot here. Also, I know a lot of people that use a 5 slot for the MRP, but I prefer just use because I feel like I get more armor that way, and I also feel like I don't feel like I'm wasting that much room for my MRP. So yeah, that's just me. But I am using a 5D and 3 4Ds that have heavy duty hull reinforcement 5 with deep plating to give the ship a pretty good integrity rating. This ship is the lightest out of all of the ships, so that would explain the extra maneuverability and why it's not the toughest. But this ship is still fairly tough. What you gotta watch out for is your boosters getting caught out. They're very vulnerable and they're very weak. Boosters are one of the easiest things to hit on these ships, and what really can kind of suck about them. But yeah. But please tell me down below what you guys think of the Chieftain and the other Alliance ships in comparison. What you do with your Chieftain as well. I know a lot of people that will use 4 shells cannons instead of PAs, just so it makes it a little bit more viable as far as using those 3 weapons. But there's a lot of different ways I think you can build a Chieftain, but I also want to hear how you build yours. So please tell me down in the comments. Until then, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.